Well, hey guys, Silly Talk here. Welcome back to another episode. I think this is 11.
That makes sense. October's the 10th month. I bet we've done a double pay-per-view one of these months, like Bad Blood.
Yeah, this will be another one because in 2 weeks' time there's the Raw pay-per-view Taboo Tuesday. But that is not this event. This is No Mercy. This is the show where you show no mercy.
None.
I
This is
thought I
the
had.
bar. Me and Tucker have affectionately described this show as the most bargain bin 2004 show that we've
Yeah.
ever put together.
I think though, here's the thing. Like it'd be a bargain bin show, but you put it in and you'd be pleasantly surprised. You'd
Absolutely.
be like,
You'd
I'm
have-
not sure. I'm not sure why this is in the bargain bin. This is very entertaining.
There's like an hour and a half of very watchable trash, and then there's like 3 really good matches, and then there's the main event.
Yeah. Also, there's like a solid 15 minutes of Funaki content.
Don't spoil it for the people.
We are in the Sun National Bank Arena in New Jersey. Initially, this was run in the Eisveld Center, but we would get 20,000 for that, and that's really crazy big for a No Mercy. So we settled on going down the road
We
to
were
the
also
Sun.
we were also going to go to the Atlantic City Convention Center, which is bigger than the National Bank Arena. But Tucker preferred to run an arena than a convention center because he quote unquote hates the indies.
Yes. Fuck the convention centers. We are a real wrestling show. All right, we're sports entertainment. Damn it, we don't belong to convention center. We're not a sideshow. We're the show. Damn it.
We could draw 46K to this event if we wanted to.
Yes, we all pile in to watch Funaki.
Hey, actually, after we just reviewed the popularity of the main event tonight, I think it's probably reasonably appropriate that that's the case.
Yeah.
This is actually a banger main event.
Yeah. So we have 8 matches for you tonight. Starting from the top, we have Chris Jericho taking on Jamie Noble for the Cruiserweight Championship. Since we last left you, Chris Jericho has dropped the Cruiserweight Championship to Jamie Noble. Jamie Noble got a title shot.
Because he quit
do
the
you want the dirt
roids.
sheet explanation, or do you want you want the shoot explanation, or do you want the in-story explanation?
Well, they're not watching Meltzer and Alvarez here. They're watching Tucker and Puddy, okay?
Oh, they're right. So anyways, he quit the roids, so we wanted to reward him. And so we gave Jamie Noble the Cruiserweight Championship, and here's a rematch. Jericho's been absolutely flustered and pissed that he was beaten by fucking Jamie Noble. So, he's looking motivated tonight. We also have Dean Malenko taking on Shannon Moore. Dean Malenko, his kind of hot streak that he got when he re-entered the WWE competition. He's kind of been turning a sour lately. He's lost some matches on TV. He just doesn't seem to have it anymore. And it led to the question about his stamina. He's an older gentleman. Maybe he cannot go anymore. What is this? Oh, shit.
However, Shannon Moore is a young and enthusiastic cruiserweight who seems to be able to wrestle all day, but Dean Malenko took umbrage with that.
He did. He was asked if he could do it all day. Shannon Moore thought he could. Dean Malenko's really pissed about anybody referencing stamina, so he challenged Shannon Moore to a match in order to prove that Shannon can't do it all day, and neither can he. This is a side note, but I just was informed by my phone.
Breaking news.
Apparently, Brock Lesnar doesn't have a contract with the WWE anymore. So they let him go, apparently. After all these years, they just fucking let him go. I assume it's because they're cutting all the costs and shit like that with the pandemic.
He's heading off to a private island for a no-roids barred match with John Jones in heavyweight.
He's headed to AEW, everybody. I know you see it. It's Funaki and Orlando Jordan. Funaki was once the number 1 wrestling interviewer on SmackDown. SmackDown's number 1 announcer, if you will. Mark Jindrak took the microphone from Funaki and emasculated him. This was on the SmackDown. He basically he basically murdered Funaki's family in announcer terms. And so Funaki had to find a new job, and he has. He's WWE.com's number 1 reporter. He's been trying to get interviews with WWE champion JBL, but he's been turned away at every corner by that big, mean Mr. Orlando Jordan. And tonight, Orlando's finally had enough. Tori Wilson, the SmackDown general manager, booked it in. She wanted Funaki and Orlando Jordan to stop this weird shit where an employee of hers directly was trying to fight an employee of hers indirectly. Because Funaki now works for the overall company. I don't know what it means to be a WWE.com representative and also be a wrestler and also be an interviewer. I don't really know, but they're going to fight.
I like it.
We have a new character. New character alert. It's Carlito. He's here.
Hey.
A little bit earlier than he was in real life. But Carlito's here. So he's been hanging around Tori Wilson's office, just kind of in general, just being fucking kind of unlikable. A lot of different SmackDown superstars, I believe Kurt Angle, Edge, Booker T, even they've all kind of remarked that they really don't like that Carlito guy. He's just kind of creepy and bad vibes. Which obviously is great when you have somebody who has the anger problems that Bob Holly has, where he just wants to batter motherfuckers.
Although he is a joke, of course.
Yes, he's still Bob Holly.
Yeah. You can
but
polish
anyway,
a turd. He's,
yeah, he's still Bob Holly.
Member of the Holly Step family, or whatever you call it.
The extended Holly family tree.
Yeah.
He pinned Funaki. He pinned Carlito up to a wall and told him that if he ever tried to mess with him again, it would be the last time. Carlito mentioned something about his love for Jesus, or he keeps mentioning a Jesus or a Jesus or something like that. Nobody buys it. Whoever this figure is, Carlito can worship whoever he wants. But Carlito tried to crash Jamie Noble's Cruiserweight Championship victory party. He spat in Hardcore Holly's face, deeming him not cool. And Hardcore Holly's out to show that he's the coolest guy there is by brutally beating the fuck out of a man. We're gonna skip that. That's probably the biggest match of the night. Speaking of biggest match of the night, it's an 8-man. It's a tag team fatal 4-way.
It's TLC 5.
Yeah, it's Agio and Kenzo, Bubba Ray and Devon, A-Train and Kid Cash, Chavo Guerrero and Edge, TLC, WWE Tag Team Championships held above the ring. Edge had this match made because, and I quote, "These things just seem to work out for me." Mark Henry will be battling Rob Van Dam, was announced on WWE.com earlier this week. Mark Henry has been increasingly aggressive towards Rob ever since Mark Henry lost to Rey Mysterio on a big Super SmackDown we had. Mark's just an angry man. He's looking maybe to get some compensation for his soul. You know what I mean?
Important to point out that Mark Henry has cut ties with both Theodore Long and Rosie since we last were on pay-per-view for SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't know how long ago that was. That's crazy. I guess that's before SummerSlam.
Well, yes, at SummerSlam was when it started.
Yeah. So Mark Henry's put away Rosie. He tried to take out Rey Mysterio to help out Kurt Angle. You can see Kurt Angle's a little bit busy tonight. But yeah, Mark lost that matchup. Now he's a man. I believe Kurt Angle verbally fucking eviscerated Mark Henry. It's very sad. Mark Henry had a soul. He'd probably cry. But he didn't, because he's Mark Henry.
All right.
Wrestling. Kurt Angle and John Cena. So as I mentioned, Kurt Angle,
States Championship.
Yeah, he's been targeting Rey Mysterio. He's been trying to get vengeance on Rey Mysterio. I believe Kurt Angle thinks that Rey Mysterio has taken everything from him. He lost the WWE title to Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. Rey was part of the decision that made Kurt Angle no longer general manager of SmackDown.
This is the justification, but if you ask me, it's really all comes back to Kurt Angle's... Wait, I actually fucked you there. Well, were you talking about Rey Mysterio? I think you were talking about Rey Mysterio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Right, yeah, it all comes back to Kurt Angle's prejudice. He just hates masked people. We saw it in the summer with JBL. We're seeing it again. It's not about this taking everything from him. Kurt Angle just hates masked people.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Oof, I really got scared there. I thought you were actually talking about John Cena. And I was like, wait, this makes no sense. But you were
Hates
actually.
masked people. John Cena. So John Cena is liked by everybody. And so when he sees something going wrong, he has to try to fix it. That's John Cena. So he wouldn't put up with Kurt Angle trying to attack Ray. I believe it once interfered in a matchup of theirs. And slowly over time, John Cena has started to realize that somebody has to take care of Kurt Angle. And Rey Mysterio's busy tonight. You can see he's in that big main event I'll talk about in a moment. So Cena took it on himself. Kurt Angle laid down the challenge for the United States Championship, and John Cena leapt at the opportunity. It's his chance to shut up one of the greatest wrestlers in WWE history. I don't know if they call him that at this point. I don't really know when they started to like realize that Angle was like really good. I guess 99. But you know, he's no longer 99 Kurt, so we'll save face and say he's still okay. And he's facing John Cena.
I mean, he was WWE champion this year. You know, he's a big threat.
He's a big fucking threat. In the main event, he's done it now. He's gone and made a big mistake. John Bradshaw Layfield has pushed his back up to the wall. It's a fatal 4-way. He tried to disrupt a number one contenders match between Rey Mysterio and Booker T, and he did so successfully. But it only lured out The Undertaker, a man who we hadn't seen for weeks on SmackDown. He laid out Doug Basham, gave him a tombstone pile driver onto the steel stairs.
Oh yeah, that was brutal.
It was announced on SmackDown that Doug Basham he's not. We're not going to see him. We're not going to see him for a little while. It's tragic. And so from that result, Torrie Wilson came to one conclusion. If JBL wanted to make sure he had no contenders, that meant everybody was his contender. Making tonight's main event Rey Mysterio versus Booker T versus John Bradshaw Layfield versus The Undertaker for the WWE Heavyweight Championship. Can the cabinet do it again?
It's big money as JBL seeks to diversify his portfolio but might be walking straight into a market crash.
It's No Mercy.
It's
2004.
No Mercy. Let's get rocking and rolling.
Let's fucking do it.
With a 3-hour pay-per-view extravaganza presented by SmackDown here live in New Jersey.
And now, the WWE and Day of Reckoning present No Mercy. The pay-per-view without mercy. It's the Basham theme.
No Mercy.
Oh, welcome everybody. I'm Michael Cole. This is Taz. It's an event. Thank you for spending your $10 on the market.
50 even. There's a television channel here called Dave, and it's always where the reruns of comedy shows go. So there's a meme that permeated about 5 years after that became a thing, where all the comedy shows would always joke about how they're actually on Dave because they were washed out, and it's like they were playing to that audience in a few years' time.
Amazing. And I think we're kicking off the Cruiserweight Championship, right?
I think we are. Banger open.
Banger open. Banger open.
Banger open, yeah.
Banger open. Do you want to talk about the match here? I think you said a couple things about this match.
Yeah, so essentially, even though there's going to be a bit of a role reversal because there has to be, right? So Chris Jericho is a babyface, but he's also an asshole, and Jamie Noble is a very relatable character to the WWE audience. So Jericho, with his flips and his fast pace and his lion salt to the outside, he's an absolute superstar, but he's just too arrogant about it. And so Jamie Noble is our fiery babyface in this match until about halfway through his babyface comeback, the crowd realizes that man fucks his sister. And so that's when the crowd completely turns against it, and Jericho's got to wrangle him back in for a hot finish, where, of course, Noble's going to go over clean, because, yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie Noble's pretty good right now. He's on a hot streak, and Jericho, he's a hot head.
He's been having some of that home cooking, if you will.
Chris Jericho's got that hot head, you know. He lets his emotions get the better of him, and it happened again tonight. What he really needs is a more grounded, down-to-earth cruiserweight to teach him how to relax and take his time.
I think I might know a guy.
I think I might know a guy as well.
Speaking of knowing guys.
Oh yeah, speaking about finding ways to relax.
Paul London and Brian Kendrick are potentially smoking weed backstage.
Yeah, but we never outright say it.
Until we look at Dr. Brian Kendrick's home solutions for anxiety and stress. Available now.
Should we tell the audience about the Big Show storyline? Because I feel like this is a good opportunity to do so.
I guess we should. The Big Show's been suspended for a little while. He was talking about seeing a new therapist. He'd worked out some of his anger, but we found out what it really was. And unfortunately, JBL, the Big Show, had been smoking a ton of Brian Kendrick's weed. And Brian Kendrick then ratted on Big Show and got him suspended.
And he got a gold medal for it.
He got a gold medal, Kurt's gold medal, that Kurt then had to beat Brian to get back. TVs are fun. Come watch TVs at twitch.tv/Matsudairo.
Hey.
Get the plug in. John Cena says he loves New Jersey because you can see New York. And look at New York. Look at how beautiful it is. You can see it from here. It's very nice.
Thug and Bug.
Thug and Bug. Kenzo, Akio, and Hiroko praised the tag team god, the unnamed tag team god, who looks like a middle-aged bald black man wearing glasses in a suit.
But this time, they've been doing this a lot on TV, but it's different tonight. Because they've put their statue of the middle-aged bald black man wearing a suit and glasses on a WWE-style folding table. They're sitting on WWE-style folding chairs, and draped over the top of it is a WWE-style steel ladder.
They're ready.
They are. They're prepared. They've got the tools.
I fear for all other tag teams. Kyodai is ready.
And they are reborn and ready.
They are. Here you go. Wow, Carlito. Jesus, buddy.
We've had worse.
We have.
I feel like that's where Nick Jugsmore started, and look where he is now.
That's true. That's true.
So, Bob Holly beats the ever-loving shit out of Carlito, much to everybody's delight. Then Carlito goes to the corner, eats a bit of apple, and then he shrugs off Bob Holly as he tries to get him from behind. Bob Holly bumps into the ref. Carlito spits in Bob Holly's face and then rolls him out.
Carlito is cool.
And he's won a pay-per-view match. That's pretty big.
He is, yeah. He won his debut match against Bob Holly.
Who is not a joke.
Not a joke. He's totally legit. Staff? Orlando Jordan says that Dean Malenko wouldn't really have to worry about stamina if he had somebody watching his back. Dean Malenko isn't sure what Orlando Jordan means, but he doesn't think he's interested.
All right.
Not yet, Jake. Not yet. Give it time. Josh Matthews asked Booker T what it would mean to become WWE champion. What would it mean to beat John Bradshaw Layfield or Rey Mysterio or The Undertaker? You can pin either one, become champion. What would it mean? And Booker talks about how, since The Undertaker's went on this warpath, we can't say the name anymore of the company that he cut his teeth in. The company that he was I think 12-time tag team champion in. It's something fucking absurd.
Oh my.
He was a world champion, a numerous time United States champion, all that gone. But tonight, with one victory, 1-3 count, that legacy doesn't matter anymore. He's been WWE champion. He's been at the top of the mountain, and you'll all have to recognize how damn good Booker T is. Can you dig that, sucker?
Oh my.
Fucking Mark.
Hey, now. Be
Fucking
nice.
Mark.
He's had better days.
Yeah, so this match is basically just Mark Henry destroying
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam. Rob can get his fiery babyface comeback spots in every once in a while, but he's not really getting them fully through. Mark will cut off. Maybe he'll catch a kick every once in a while or something like that, or maybe he can just catch like a punch or something like that and just headbutt RVD or something like that. Something really visceral. Yeah, eventually just wraps it up with a world's strongest slam. Watch out.
Watch
Mark
out,
Henry.
SmackDown. Yeah.
Mark Henry.
This is supposed to be sad, I think. You said you're working a sad angle.
Do you want to do this one or no?
Well, sure. Ray's gonna. Well, I'm gonna paraphrase. If it's all right, Ray's gonna talk about how Shawn Michaels really ruined his summer, and he's still trying to get over that. Every now and then he's in the back, he's walking to the ring, he checks over his shoulder to make sure Shawn Michaels isn't there.
Oftentimes he is.
He watches Raw start to finish to make sure Shawn's still appearing, because he is technically his guarantor on the program, and so he has to make sure that Shawn is there at Raw every week. It's really healthy for him. Ray's still worried about Shawn. Ray knows that Shawn was never a friend to him, but
Could
Ray,
Shawn appear tonight?
but Ray wants to be a friend to Shawn, and that's really affecting him. So tonight he needs to put Shawn out of his mind. He needs to put all of the summer out of his mind, and he needs to focus on the main event, because he's got 3 world-class former or current world champions in front of him. Tonight's main event is between 4 former or current world champions, including Rey Mysterio, and he's going to make it to the mountaintop again, because once you get a taste of success, it's addictive. And if Rey Mysterio knows anything about anyone, it's about addicts.
I don't even know what that refers to.
Good.
All right, moving on.
Oh yes, we have Nitro stills from the first TLC.
Yes, with all 5 participants of the original TLC.
This didn't do as badly as you thought it was going to.
So it was set up on the Go Home SmackDown that Dawn Marie, she asked out Mark Jindrak. And so this is basically the highlights of this kind of date between the two of them. You get to see the two of them kind of talk to each other, maybe, start to form some kind of friendship, relationship. Who really
At the
knows?
very start of the date, Dawn Marie asks whether they're going to be eating here, and Jindrak says, "Fuck no, this is New Jersey. Let's go to New York." And then they go to New York.
And so Dawn Marie basically lays her cards down on the table and says that Mark Jindrak has the ability in ring to become a major star in wrestling. It's just the marketing that he can't get down. You know what I mean? It's hard to market. And they kind of just zoom out, and Mark just kind of looks like everybody else who's eating there. Like, he's just kind of a guy. Like, that's tough. But what if somebody else handled it? What if Dawn Marie took over as both manager and PR guy, woman, PR girl, PR woman,
PR gal,
person for Mark Jindrak? And we could really get the Mark Jindrak experience on wheels, get it going. And Mark's like, I don't know, I don't have much money. Like, I don't get paid much. I'm barely on SmackDown. That will be a problem of the past. We can talk money once you get the money. For now, let's work on you.
Exciting stuff here on SmackDown.
Exciting. Mark Jindrak, possibly a character.
He's the only person not being used.
Yeah, he's really the only one. Because Shannon Moore is wrestling on a pay-per-view.
Not successfully, because of Danny Basham.
Danny Basham interferes and helps Dean Malenko pick up the victory. How does Dean look here, buddy? Does he look receptive?
Well, Dean looks good. Dean actually looks all right, because it's a very short match. So Dean's pacing himself very well. He does look though Shannon Moore is very fast, though. He's very quick. He picks up the pace, and he's clear that Dean isn't dealing with it very well. But when he catches Shannon, he's getting his hits in. You think probably, given 6-7 minutes, maybe Dean's got this. But Shannon's got that ability where out of nowhere he might just pick up the win. Because remember, I believe Shannon Moore beat Dean Malenko on a SmackDown recently.
He did, yeah. This is kind of what fueled the whole thing. Dean Malenko was really pissed that Shannon was able to beat him, and then Shannon made the comment about being able to do it all day. and sent kind of Dean over the edge. You know what I mean? He's mostly a level-headed guy. Dean Malenko's not known for crazy eccentric bursts, but I mean, he's clearly frustrated.
Yeah, and at some point, Dean Malenko goes in for a big punch on Moore and accidentally catches him in the eye, like an accidental eye poke. And the referee separates the two of them, and the referee's having a conversation with Dean. And Dean's like, "Look, man, I've done this a long time. Clearly, it was accidental. I understand that." And then he looks like past the referee and notices that Danny Basham has started brawling with Shannon Moore. And he's still talking through the referee, and then clearly Danny Basham is getting the worst of this brawl, but he's
like push him into the steel stairs. And he's like, ah!
Yeah, but Shannon still gets a few blows in. He looks clearly distracted, and Dean's like, "Can I keep fighting?" The ref says, "Oh, sure, fine." Turns around to see Danny Basham crying in pain on the outside, and then Dean will lock Shannon into the Texas Cloverleaf straight away from there and pick up the win.
Good shit, Dean Malenko.
Afterwards, Dean goes over to Danny Basham and helps him to the back, because whether or not he's aligned with him, he got fucked.
Yeah. Linda McMahon says you can exercise your right to vote. Please do so at Taboo Tuesday.
WWE.com.
WWE.com, baby. Just to say, the lack of anything interesting happening in the segment was a problem. Like,
wait, what did we rate this up?
Charisma. Scotty 2 Hottie and Grandmaster 6 dance for 8 minutes, and you question why you bothered buying this.
You think maybe there's some sort of interference or run-in, and then you remember that everybody already has an angle, and so you know it's not coming.
Yep, you're like, oh, fuck, never mind.
Who could possibly interfere on this? Jesus, maybe? Pray for Jesus.
Pray for Jesus. Holy fucking shit. It's a fucking amazing run here we're on. As you're really starting to wonder why you coughed up your money for this. You're into this cabinet shit, so I'll let you take over here for Funaki Orlando Jordan.
Yeah, this is a really tight match, actually, where Funaki has a really good showing, but Orlando just pips him to the post with a fast roll-up and looks very smug about it.
Good shit, OJ.
Afterwards, Josh Matthews interviews Funaki. He says, "Funaki, that was really good. Clearly everyone was wrong about Days of You Wrestling being in the past. What were your thoughts on that matchup?" And Funaki looks very longingly at Josh Matthews' microphone. He looks very distraught, very angry, and he grabs the microphone and walks backstage in a huff.
What could that mean? We don't know. But we see Chavo Guerrero here. He's on the phone with somebody. It's likely Eddie. As we hear him literally say Uncle Eddie multiple times. He says, Uncle Eddie, I'm nervous,
he says
man.
It in Spanish, though, so maybe it's...
He's talking about how he's seen this footage of Edge spearing somebody off a ladder. He's not sure if this is what he wants to get himself into. He's kind of concerned, but he's going to try, because that's what the Guerreros do. They try.
And then you just hear loudly, "No, Chavo, you lie, you cheat, you steal."
Chavo just hangs up. We're gonna try.
What have they been teaching you there? Hey.
And I think this might be it next, right?
Maybe. Let's hope. Let's pray. No. We're in the training room. And, Dean Malenko drops off Danny Basham and leaves with a limp. And Orlando notices Dean with the limp, and he turns to Danny, who's getting looked at, and Orlando's getting looked at. And Orlando's like, "Hey, we're in no fit shape to interfere with the main event, eh?" And Danny's like, "Haha, yeah, JBL's fucked."
And this is TLC. It was.
Whoa.
It was.
Chavo was right.
He strained his bicep, bro. It's the worst injury there's ever been. There's a lot of spots here. Chavo and Edge retain. there's a lot of bumps
Yep.
being taken. A lot of just crazy ass bumps. Where's the bumps? There they are. They're down there.
Chavo Guerrero looked good.
He did. Apparently, this match type was a poor choice for this audience. The bargain bin children thought it was too violent.
Oh, interesting. Well, this was TLC 5. Yeah, so the finish we had in mind was that Edge is climbing the ladder and then the Dudleys are on the outside threatening. And so then Chavo climbs the other side of the ladder, right? And then jumps over Edge and does like a crossbody frog splash through a bunch of tables to both Dudleys. And I just look very confused.
Edge is like, holy fuck, what the hell? Grabs the belts. It's like, holy fuck. Like, by the way, Chavo had a performance of 80.
Yeah, Chavo.
Fuck out of this match.
Rep Chavo, man. He's earning his way up this card.
Even with his fucked up bicep. Thanks, Finley.
That's Finley.
Finley's like, he strained his fucking bicep. I'm like, thank you, Finley. Thank you.
He's an old fucker now.
Funaki did not come out of this looking good. Funaki, with his microphone, he goes to John Bradshaw Layfield backstage, and he finally gets his interview with JBL. And he says, John, we've seen it. Orlando's hurt. Danny's hurt. Dean Malenko is possibly with you, and JBL's like, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know what you're talking about. Naki. What the fuck he's gonna call him? I don't know. And Funaki says, JBL, tonight, you're all alone. You've got 3 opponents, 3 world-class opponents. How are you going to do this? JBL looks at his belt, back at Funaki, and says, listen here, fella, let me tell you a story about a man who built from nothing. His name was Bradshaw. He was tough. He was a real tough guy, but he could never get it done. He was always looked at as just the friend of Ron Simmons.
Damn.
And when he tried to go out on his own, he was an 18-time hardcore champion. And a reminder that he was as tough as it came. But when they came back together, no, it was the APA all over again. And I waited. And I got better. Until finally it was time to go out on my own. And to be totally honest, that opportunity came a little bit early. I mean, I was WWE champion in January. I know it's hard to remember. I was pretty much a different person. But today, I'm the man I am through my own hard work. Nobody else's. I beat Brock Lesnar. I beat Rey Mysterio. I beat The Undertaker. I beat Rob Van Dam. I truly am the greatest WWE champion of all time. And tonight, I'm going to win because there are 2 things I believe in. And that's my money and myself. Those are real.
Thank you, Mr. Bradshaw. We got most of that in post, but thank you.
We got most of it in post. And the WWE.com interview is just him saying, I have money. It's real. Doesn't look like JBL's going down without a fight.
We have our video hyping up the John Cena Kurt Angle feud.
Here we are. Kurt Angle makes his way to the ring. John Cena stands not in the ring yet.
No, but he's referenced.
And here we go.
Our real main event, really.
Think it's going to live up to it?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I'm going to say no. Set our expectations low.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's going to be worse than that 4-minute match between Eddie Guerrero and Lance Storm this week.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm going to go 85.
I don't know how hot the storyline is, so I don't even know.
I don't know either.
Curious.
82.
Let's blame Taz.
I'm going to say it's Taz. It's Taz's fault. Fucking Taz. It's all right. We'll get JBL on comms here in a couple years, and it'll all be fine.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead with this? I'll take the main event, and you want to go ahead with this one? You basically created the finish for this.
Yeah, I mean, these two have a good back and forth where they're pretty even. There's a lot of times where Angle looks like he could be having the better go of it, but he underestimates Cena and he powers out and shows Angle the power spots. And clearly, John Cena's the bigger and stronger man, and Angle's having a real trouble with grappling him. Like, when there's a weight difference in grappling, it's a big deal, and Angle's really having trouble with Cena. He's just not the kind of opponent that he's able to deal with very well. And that's why, in the end, he resorts to what he's always done, and that's taking the shortcut. And after her little ref bump here, Angle smacks John Cena with his own chain, with the lock on the end. And with Cena passed out, gets him in the ankle lock. Ref comes to. There's a submission. Cena's out. Calls for the bell. That's it.
And new United States champion.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle. Yeah.
He's won both the singles belts.
Funaki approaches a dark room.
Yep, there is a dark corridor. At the end of that, there is a dark door, and we see Funaki walk up to it, and he knocks on it.
Funaki could start to go down the hallway and go, "Oh, too cold." Goes back, needs a cut. He comes back with a jacket on.
Yep, perfect. It's a SmackDown jacket. It's all blue. Yep. He knocks on it, and then he waits a moment, and then he seems to get discouraged, and he begins to leave. But then the door opens, and Funaki goes inside.
Oh my! What does it mean? Find out.
Find out on SmackDown. Yeah.
And here we go.
Main event promotion.
Main event indeed.
Dead man entrance.
Dead man entrance.
I don't like that storyline gained heat with this segment. That's a bad sign.
I don't either. Let's just do it. It's a SmackDown pay-per-view.
True.
Pain.
Wait, was that psych? No. Selling. Jesus.
Nothing but endless pain. All of our good workers are actually not good workers, apparently. Oh, well. So in a match,
look at those ratings. Look at those ratings.
I know. It doesn't make... I don't know. Surely the selling shouldn't have been that rough, but whatever. We'll have to do a whole bunch of buffs and shit like that after Mania.
I don't even know it's necessarily the mod it makes apart. This feels like a game thing, maybe.
It's the game really needs everybody to be really good at everything, or else it just won't work. God, it's all right. It's all right. So,
I mean, we can say actually with some confidence that if Eddie Guerrero was still on SmackDown and in Ray's place, this probably would have banged.
Yes. So we're gonna get pretty much a traditional WWE Fatal 4-Way here. I don't think we're reinventing the wheel on this one. Everybody can do their big group clearing spots or something like that. Except for JBL, he doesn't do a group clearing spot. Taker can do his big crazy Taker dive. Ray can do some awesome springboard flippy do thing. Even Booker maybe can come off the top rope onto everybody on the outside, and everybody can be like, "Holy shit!" And so the entire match is basically built around the three non-champions duking it out between each other and JBL picking his spots, because JBL has realized now that nobody's coming for him. He has to do this on his own. And when push comes to shove, if JBL is one thing, he can take a bit of punishment because he was a multiple-time hardcore champion. He did beat Brock Lesnar. He can take punishment. But the biggest thing that JBL has is his brain. He can keep himself away from contact pretty well. So we could get JBL hiding under the ring or something like that. That might be a bit too cowardly, but he's just keeping himself out of the focus. Anytime he is the focus, he can maybe fire off some shots and just try to get the hell out of Dodge as quick as possible. Maybe we get some spots where the other contestants kind of pick up on that maybe and try to gang up on him until eventually we could get maybe the Undertaker or something like that gets thrown into maybe can we put somebody through an announce table? Are we cool with putting somebody through an announce table? Can Taker get put through an announce table?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, can we get a bookend through the announce table? Get some vengeance from the Tombstone?
Oh, sure about that. That makes Booker T think he's people.
That's true. God damn it. All right.
No, sure, that sounds fun, actually.
Yeah, I don't know, just a big bookend, and basically that's going to put the Undertaker down for the end of this match. It's a big spot worthy of the Undertaker. Kind of keeps him out of it. And so we get Ray and Booker, they're in the ring, and John's kind of in the corner, completely fucked. Maybe he's been 619 or something like that by Ray. And Ray is on this run right now. He's picking up speed as he works. He's just increasingly this ball of momentum. And Booker, who was really fast in his prime, he's older now. He maybe can't go to the degree that Ray can. He might have at a time, but Ray is so fucking fast. It's unreal. And eventually that's going to get Rey Mysterio in a position where he can hit the 619, and he will. He's going to hit the 619 on Booker T, and about to come off the top, and he hits the big splash, and the ref counts 1, 2, and suddenly Ray is lifted off from Booker T, just straight onto the shoulders. One smooth motion. Oh my God, it's Kurt Angle. Angle slam. And Ray's just absolutely fucked. Angle maybe like just takes him out of the ring and just keeps wailing away on Mysterio before leaving. And the dust kind of settles, and Taker's outside, put through an announce table. Ray's outside. He's been maybe beaten pretty badly by JBL. Maybe he could blade another mask or something like that. Maybe that's a bit extreme. And Booker's just center of the ring, out from the 619. Bradshaw kind of looks at everybody and crawls into the center of the ring maybe, and kind of hooks the leg, looks at the ref, nods. 1, 2, 3. All on his own. He did it.
He did it, baby.
All on his own with just his brain.
He can't keep getting away with it.
We can't keep getting away with this.
It's no mercy. What the fuck do you want?
Literally. But JBL did it. He went in.
The JBL era, baby.
He's never giving this belt up.
Well,
all works out in his favor because he really might just be a wrestling god, or have the favor of the wrestling god.
It's gotta be one of those things by now. Well, I guess you guys should tune in to find out who he's going to be fighting, if anyone, at Survivor Series. Because if there's one show where JBL might be able to get away with taking it off, it might well be Survivor Series.
It might very well be.
Oh, I didn't think I got to close shows. So I was assuming you were going to do an outro.
Well, should we just end it on that? Like, I don't...
I mean, I guess so.